Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, SNA Financial Services. For those of you that don't know me, I specialize in helping folks just like yourself navigate those oftentimes confusing higher ed retirement plans, usually around TIAA accounts. This video is no exception. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to start off by saying it's November. What is it? November 14th, and it's 70 degrees out there. I'm going to get through this as quick as possible so I can go embarrass myself on the golf course. But priorities, right? You all come first. I'm sure y'all really care about that. Okay. Recently, I've received some emails. I'd say phone calls, but that's a lie. Nobody calls me. Centered around confusion. There's some confusion around liquidity with TI traditional inside various contracts. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt to stumble through liquidity options in the three most popular contracts, the most used contracts. Okay, so you may and folks, when I'm going through these contracts, if you don't know the acronyms, the contracts, this video is not going to do you much good. You need to educate yourself on the contracts. Anything I state from here on out, not investment advice. I'm not advocating one strategy or option over another. I encourage you to work with TIA, or of course, my information is down below. I'd be more than happy to give you my 2 cents worth, given your situation. So with that being said, let's just stumble through this together and see how it goes. Okay, man, I'm not getting that old. I can't even see this. This is my flow chart. This is my cheat sheet. So forgive me as I stare. Man, I guess I need to go get some new glasses. Okay, so we got 3 contracts here. We got the RA, the GRA, and the RC. Those are the 3 most popular, mostly used contracts. Okay, we'll start with the RA, retirement annuity, TI traditional, while still in service. You're still working, you got an RA contract, TI traditional. If it's greater than $2,000, you can do what's called a TPA to reinvest. And by the way, I'm not going to elaborate on these strategies or options that are afforded to you. That we'd be here all day. I have other videos that explain that. And again, contact me if you have questions over that. So again, TI traditional RA contract greater than $2,000, TPA to reinvest. It's a transfer payout annuity to reinvest. Okay, that can be advantageous for some people given high interest rates. Okay, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just do some more education around that. Okay, post-termination. Is that an oxymoron? Okay, separate service, typically synonymous with retirement, but doesn't have to be. Separation of service. Basically, if you have $2,000 or less inside that RA, TI traditional, TIA doesn't want to mess with you. That non-liquid TI traditional now becomes liquid, less than $2,000. Most folks, they're going to roll that over to an IRA. Okay, you don't have to, but that's what most folks do. Less than $2,000. By the way, everything I say here, a lot of it doesn't apply to New York residents. I don't make the rules. For some reason, TIAA looks differently at New York residents. Okay, so most of what I'm talking about here just doesn't apply to New York residents. Just keep it in mind. Okay, greater than $2,000 inside TI traditional RA contract. You have the RMD option, the TPA transfer payout annuity, interest only option, and the lifetime income annuity option. Okay, RA contract. Let's go down to the GRA, Group Retirement Annuity. Somewhat the same, kind of different numbers here. So while still in service, you're still working. Okay, greater than $5,000, you can opt to do that TPA to reinvest. Again, if you don't know what that is, educate yourself. Okay, I have a video on it. Contact me. It can be advantageous given these rates. Okay, again, post-termination, let's say separation of service, typically retirement. Okay, smaller than $5,000. TI traditional, GRA, less than $5,000. TI doesn't want to mess with you. That money becomes liquid. It's a non-liquid contract, TI traditional, but less than $5,000 becomes liquid. Typically, you're going to roll that over to an IRA. Typically, okay? Greater than $5,000. Here's where the fun begins. You have 120 days separation of service. You can take a 2.5%. I call it a haircut. It's a surrender. It's a penalty. 2.5% penalty on the money in TI traditional inside a GRA within 120 days of separation of service. It can't. A lot of folks do it. Okay, it can be advantageous. Not for everybody, but for some folks. 2.5% penalty. Okay, 5-year fixed. Option RM, so the 5-year fix, the 2.5% penalty, RMD, interest only, TPA, transfer payout annuity, or a lifetime income annuity option. A lot of options there. By the way, the GRA has more flexibility, I guess you can call it, when it comes to liquidity of that TI traditional. You got to ask yourself, what strategy is most advantageous to you? Okay. If you don't know, I get it. It's overwhelming. You can work with TIAA. They'll probably point you towards a lifetime income annuity option. Nothing wrong with that, but we have to understand why. Why is that? Okay, that's for another video. Okay, RC contract while still in service. Kind of same deal here. Over $5,000 in TI traditional RC contract, which stands for retirement choice. You're looking at a 7-year TPA, systematic withdrawals, to reinvest. Okay, it's very similar to the other ones. The TPA to reinvest. This is over 84 months. Okay, termination, RC contract, separation of service. Less than $5,000, liquid. Even though it's a non-liquid contract, less than $5,000, TIAA don't want to mess with you. Most folks, again, are going to roll that money over to an IRA. Greater than $5,000, same kind of deal here within 120 days. You take that 2.5% penalty. That money becomes liquid, even though, again, it's an illiquid contract. Some folks will take advantage of that. 84-month, basically TPA, 7-year TPA, RMD, lifetime income annuity option, or the interest only. I got some other things here. See real quick. TPA starts at $10,000 minimum. Well, that's probably for another video. I'll probably run a little long here. So again, focusing on TI traditional liquidity within those 3 contracts. Don't go down this rabbit hole if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or if you're just overwhelmed or confused. Contact TIAA, by all means, contact me. Information's down below. I'll see what I can do. I'll give you my 2 cents worth. See what I can do to help you out, folks. Okay. I'm getting out of here. Like I said, I'm going to go embarrass myself while the weather's good on the golf course. Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. Hey, go out and have a good one. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.